Hi guys, my name's Marita, and today I want to share with you some of my favourite wrist conditioning exercises to build strength through the wrists. We tend to do a lot of weight bearing on our hands in yoga, particularly if you practice vinyasa or ashtanga yoga, any style with a lot of plank, chaturanga and upward dog, and also if you like exploring things like handstands and arm balances in your practice, then our wrists tend to get a bit of a workout. And in traditional yoga, we really don't do so much to build strength through the wrists. So these exercises that I'll go through today can be incorporated within your yoga practice. Just take an extra couple of minutes to help really give your practice longevity, to look after your wrists. So we're going to start sitting, kneeling, cross-legged, however you're comfortable, and extending your arms out in front of you. Make your hands into fists, and then imagine you're flicking drops of water off your hands. And we'll do that 10 times quickly. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out wide, same thing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Same up overhead. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out in front this time. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wide. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Overhead. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In front. 8, 3, 2, 1, 8, 3, 2, 1, 8, 1, out in front, 7, out wide, overhead, 7, in front for 6, out wide, overhead, in front for 5, out wide, overhead, in front for 4, still nice and vigorous, out wide, overhead, nearly there, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. You might be feeling a little bit of a burn down through your forearms already, maybe just circling your wrists out, giving them a gentle stretch out, one direction and then back in the other direction. And next we'll make our way onto our hands and knees, just coming onto all fours. Take a moment to align your knees directly below your hips, wrists right below your shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide from thumbs to pinkies and press down quite firmly into the base of your index fingers and thumbs and into the tips of your fingers, so you're spreading your weight right across your hands. And we'll just start by making some little circles. Just feel the weight moving around to different parts of your hands. After a few circles one way, change over. A few circles back the other way. And coming back to center, turn your fingers out to the sides. And same thing, just a few circles around one way. You can keep them nice and slow. Still just feeling that shift of weight back in the opposite direction. And then turn your hands back, fingers pointing back behind you. If your wrists are a little tighter and this is quite challenging, you can walk your knees in closer or make it a fair bit easier. Again, just drawing little circles. And back the other way. And coming back to center, turn your hands directly forward again. Aligning wrists below shoulders, still spreading through your fingers, pressing down into all of your fingers again. Now we're going to start to lift the heels of the palms up off the mat and back down. So the base of your fingers stay down on the floor. And we'll go for about 10 repetitions. You might want to adjust this if you're a little stronger through your wrists and forearms, doing a few more. If you find it quite challenging, maybe starting with a few less. And if you're finding it really easy, what's likely happened is that inadvertently you've started to shift your weight back into your knees. You haven't got so much weight on your hands. So really work on trying to keep shoulders aligned above wrists. And then from here, we'll turn hands out to the side again, fingers facing outwards, and exactly the same thing. So keeping the weight above your wrists and lifting up to the base of your fingers. And after around about 10 repetitions, or enough that you're starting to really feel some heat, a little bit of a burn down through your forearms and your wrists, we'll bring our hands forward again. This time very similar, but the only thing that's going to remain on the floor is the tips of the fingers. And as you lift everything else up off the floor, think about squeezing your fingertips in towards each other. And after about 10 repetitions here, we'll do the same thing with our fingers pointing out to the sides. Now, all of these exercises on the hands and knees could be progressed if you are quite strong through your forearms by practicing the same thing either in a half plank or eventually in a full plank. And after around about 10 repetitions here, or enough so that you're really starting to feel that heat down through the underside of your forearms, you can take your seat back to your heels. Bring your hands in front of you, interlace your fingers with your hands facing your chest. Turn your palms up and away from you, and start to bring your hands down to the floor, just stretching out through that area. And gently release. Circle your wrists around again a few times, 3 or 4 circles one way, and then back the other way. And you can give your wrists a little stretch the opposite way by bringing the backs of your hands together, pointing your elbows down towards the floor, slightly pressing the backs of your hands together to release your wrists. And one other little movement that I like to do after I've done this wrist work, or if my wrists are feeling a little fatigued after a practice, is to take the index finger and thumb of one hand, loop them around the opposite wrist, just above that little knobbly bone on the pinky edge of the wrist, and just squeeze and release a few times, creating a little bit more space in the wrist. You can also squeeze and hold for a few breaths and open and close that hand up. And then same on the other side, index and thumb, loop around the wrist just above the knobbly little bone. You can squeeze a few times. And then holding the squeeze, stretch and make fist a couple of times. And when you've done that, releasing your hands, just give them a good little shake out. And so these few simple exercises can really help to build quite a lot of strength through our forearms and all the muscles that support our poor wrist joints that are quite vulnerable to injury in yoga. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe. I'll have lots more videos coming soon. If you do have any questions or any other exercises that you'd like to add, please feel free to pop them in the comments, and have a beautiful day. Namaste.